Hi everyone, Sarah here, doing my week 11 bump date. I know I'm a couple days late. Actually, I'm 3 days late filming this. I'm actually 11 and 3 right now, so I'm in week 12. There's hair on me. Sorry I look a mess, but I've been cleaning the house the past couple days. I'm going to try to make this short, but we know how that goes. Because I have some studying to do. I have my judge's exam this weekend. So, real quick, I did have, this week the baby is, week 11, the baby was the size of a lime. And I did have 2 limes. However, my husband decided to chuck them down over our backyard. I don't know why. Last night he said they were bad. So instead of throwing them away, I could have dug one out. But I thought they were fine. Anyway, but there's a picture. We did take a picture in the intro. So yeah, the baby's was about the size of a lime. Let's see. So this past week, I just want to do my quick rundown and then I'll give you a few updates about what we did. The reason I'm filming this so late is because we went to Washington, D.C. and I'll get into that in a minute. So how far along? Well, this is my 11-week bump date. The size of the baby was a lime. Total weight gain, actually lost a pound, but that was due to Washington, D.C. Maternity clothes, I broke down and bought my first pair of jeans, and I didn't want the ones that had the huge band on them that came like up to your chest, but they don't carry the ones with just the elastic band in them anymore. The lady said they're not real popular anymore, so she said try these ones on. They're upstairs, or I'd grab them, and actually they're really comfortable. I look like a total nerd without a shirt over top, but they are really comfortable. So I had to break down and get a pair of those. And my husband had to get a pair of jeans too because he bodybuilds. He's been working his legs a lot more. So actually none of his jeans fit either, so he had to get a pair of jeans. Gender unknown. We were going to buy the IntelliGender, but I think I said last week in last week's bump date, since I'm still in the progesterone, we can't do the IntelliGender, although it's not 100% proof anyway. Movement, of course. I feel pinching every once in a while, and I can't remember if that's what it felt like with Isabel or not, but I'm getting closer. I felt Isabel around 14 weeks, so we're getting there. But as far as movement, I'll get into that in a second. We did have an ultrasound done, like out of nowhere. I'll explain that in a minute. And the baby was all over the place, dancing around and kicking around, and my husband tried to get a video of it. As soon as he turned the video off, it started like going crazy, kicking around. So yeah, the baby's definitely moving. Sleeping, as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. And I am not a snorer, and I'm sorry, I'm chewing gum. That was rude. Usually once I go to sleep, I don't budge, but I've noticed I've tossed and turned a little bit because I can't lay on my stomach anymore. But my husband said that the other night that I snored and it woke me up and I was laughing, and I don't remember any of that. So apparently I ended up snoring and it woke me up. I woke myself up. I don't remember though. But as far as sleeping, usually now, like especially this past weekend, I don't know if it's because we went to Washington and I was so tired, but about the past week, as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. I don't even remember trying to go to sleep. I'm just out immediately. What I miss, I really don't miss anything. I've been pretty active in the, I started lifting again lightly with Dawn in the gym, just because I don't want to lose any of my muscle in my arms and my legs. So I really don't miss anything. I'm just now getting into the part where I remember loving being pregnant. So right now I really don't miss anything. No, I don't think so. Cravings. You know, I don't know if I really had any cravings last week. I'd have to think about it. Spaghetti, I think, again. I think that's what I craved the week before, too. Anything carbs. We had pizza in DC a couple times, so I must be craving like that. Pasta sauce is what I'm guessing it is. Because actually, I almost made spaghetti for breakfast this morning, to be honest. Hubby, how's he doing? He is wonderful. Us getting away was so nice. He was so sweet, but he has been marvelous. So big thumbs up for a great husband. So that's it on my list. I still have to do my blog, which I will post the link for my blog in the description box because I keep forgetting every time I post a video. Let's see. I want to show you one thing. Let me grab it. Okay, so we did end up having another ultrasound done, which was not planned, but I had some spotting, and it was actually scary. Of course, we were doing something we shouldn't have, but it was really scary. It was actual like red this time, so I was freaking out. As soon as I started spotting, I got the Doppler, and we could find the heartbeat, and everything was fine. But I called them to make sure. I couldn't remember if I was going to need another rogram, even though I'd already had one, and they said no. And then I told them we were leaving for Washington. Basically, the only reason we went to Washington was just to get away for a weekend. And I had free hotels stays because I had, for my points, my Marriott points. So the two of us went. So they hurry up and set me in Thursday night before we left for DC, so I wouldn't be worried or have to worry about walking or anything like that. So, like I said, the baby was moving all over the place. Let me cover up my medical record number. And I had another picture. I did post it in the intro video, but there's the baby. It's actually a side profile, and I know it's hard to tell, but like right here is the nose and the chin. His head was kind of sideways. My husband has the video. I don't have it. And I did have one other picture that's a little bit different, but I gave it to him to put in his locker at work. So he just went to work this morning. Anyway, everything was fine. Everything's good. We actually have our 12-week appointment in 2 days on Friday. And then Monday, this coming Monday, so today's Wednesday, this coming Monday, we have our early scan, the one you have between 11 and 14 weeks to check for the folds in the neck for Down syndrome and whatnot. So after that's done, I'll be able to breathe a little easier, and we'll be almost into our second trimester in another week and a half. So that's pretty exciting. You gotta see my dog. Oh, they were playing. Sydney. Crap. Oh, there they go again. As soon as I turn it, they start again. They're so funny. Anyway, let's see what else. Sonogram, everything was good. As of right now, we're going to double check the doctor. I only have 6 more shots. Thank God, because I'm so sore and I'm so sick of having to get up on a scheduled time on the days I don't need to get up early. So I actually have the needles all counted out, 6 more, and I put the rest away. That way I don't have to look at all of them. And so 6 more shots, hopefully. They told me to stop between the 26th and the 6th. So we just picked the 1st. So actually the 26th, potentially I could be done tomorrow, but I'd rather carry it out at least halfway between there. And I'm going to double check with my doctor on Friday to make sure that's okay. If he wants me to go all the way to the 6th, it's just another 5 shots, so it's not that big of a deal. What else? DC was awesome. I'll insert a picture right here of us in front of the Washington Monument. Actually, I inserted the one in front of the Lincoln Memorial because I couldn't find the other one. It might be on my husband's phone. Anyway, the reason we went was basically because I had free nights, and we never took a honeymoon because it was in season. and I had to judge a meet the following weekend. So we never got to go on a honeymoon, so it was kind of nice to get away. We had so much fun. If you haven't been to Washington, D.C., I highly recommend it. It'll take you at least, I would say, 3 days to do everything you wanted to do. It was really cool. I actually applied for a Pentagon tour 3 months ago, which it literally took that long for us to get approved. And with the shooting in the Naval Yard and stuff, we didn't think we were going to get in, and we ended up getting in. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, it's pretty intense. You can't take any cameras or anything in. You can't do any of that. And it's pretty strict. You go through, they ask you, like, basically you get grilled, like, why are you here? What are you doing here? Like, and they, you know, the whole security check and everything. And actually our phones were tapped the week before we went. We had this echo in our ear every time we would talk on the phone, and it's happened to me a few other times, like years past, and I remember somebody telling me that if your phone is echoing, if you can hear yourself back, that someone's listening in on the call. So I Googled it because I couldn't remember if that's what it was or not, and it says, yeah, that's somebody else listening on the call, and it happened to both of us because they had to do a background check on both of us. And after that happened, we finally got our email saying that we were approved. So I just thought that, and actually the one call they were listening in on was to my doctor's appointment about me bleeding. So I was like, I'm sure they enjoyed that phone call. So, but it was really cool. But back to, I said I lost a pound. My starting off point was actually 7 pounds more than I weigh now whenever I had my first appointment. Or not my first appointment. When I had my first blood test at the IVF clinic, I weighed 7 pounds more than I do now. But at my first doctor's appointment at 8 weeks, I weighed 6 pounds less than I weigh now. So that was where I was just going to start at, was at that 8-week mark at that weight, because it was an even number. I'm not going to say what it was, but say it's 120, 130, 140. You know, it was a 10 number. So. And I actually lost a pound in DC, so I'm a pound down, which is fine with me. I don't think I gained any weight with Isabel in the first trimester, and I only ended up gaining 10 pounds with her total. Stay down. And I'm aiming for about the same amount this time around, although I was pregnant in the summer with Isabel, so I was swimming and I was walking a lot outside. I'm trying to stay active in the gym with Dawn, so I'm going to say no more than 20 pounds. I think that's the top of my limit. I don't want to go any heavier than that. If I do, I'm going to be really disappointed. So gaining no weight in the first trimester is actually perfect. And I am eating now. Actually, the nausea has gone way down. Not as sick as I have been, although one of the dogs did have an accident in the house yesterday, and it sent me into a gagging fit. My dog's so funny. And I got to This is what I deal with. Sydney, what are you doing? Sydney. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. I look over and that's what she's doing. Good job. So I'm able to eat now, but I'm still not able to eat in large amounts. Before I got pregnant, I could probably just eat and eat and eat and, you know, just keep piling it in. But now I can only fit, like, we got a burger yesterday. I got about 3/4 of it down and I had to stop. I couldn't get any more in, and I'm trying not to force anything in, because if I'm satisfied, I'm done. So I've noticed I'm getting hungry more often, but I'm eating less at a time, so that's good. So DC, so yeah, we tried to figure it out. I wish we would have put a pedometer on. If you go, put a pedometer on. We figured out we probably walked anywhere between 25 and 30 miles between Friday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. We did the Arlington Cemetery. We didn't take any tour buses or anything. We saved a lot of money that way, and we kind of got to go at our own pace, so it was nice. And we did the museums and the monuments and the memorials. But the Arlington Cemetery, I literally think that was like 10 miles alone, the amount of walking we did in that cemetery. It was really cool. We got to see the changing of the guard and everything. And my husband being Marine, Iwo Jima, the Marine Corps Memorial is right around the corner. Well, kinda. We had to walk like a mile and a half to get there. So we got to see that. It was really cool. So I would highly recommend it. I would recommend going right around this time, September, October-ish, because it's not touristy and it's not overcrowded and you can actually get in to see stuff. So I'd recommend it. Actually, we think we're probably going to take the kids next year, probably around the same time. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it. I did decorate for fall. I'm pretty excited about that. I love decorating for fall. I didn't get a lot out this year. Just put some pumpkins and some different flowers, and then we have our scarecrows outside and stuff like that. But I love this time of year. So I got some of that done. Hi to my sister Ruchi. Sorry I didn't call you back last night. Don had me working in the house. We were cleaning and he was putting a ceiling fan in the baby's room. So let's see. So yeah, I will update again on, I'll probably update on Tuesday, because since we have even though Sunday is my turn, my 12-week turn, I'll probably do it Tuesday because we have that other ultrasound on Monday and I want to be able to include that. So I think that's it. Before I put my ending on here, I'm going to put some pictures from DC, and I think that's it. Oh, I've had some questions about Maggie. She's doing good. We actually had to have a house sitter come in and watch her while we were gone, and she was happy when we came home. So that's about it, and I will see you guys next week for week 12, and then we'll have our last week in the first trimester. I'm pretty pumped. So yeah. All right, talk to you guys next week and enjoy the slideshow.